Happy Thursday, y'all. I told you we'd be back in the kitchen today. Yesterday, it was a washout, literally. Yeah, it's just some of those days, that you don't leave your home. Because there's a gut that says, it's going to be pas bon. That means in French, it's not going to be good. Well, y'all know what yesterday was, but I promised you a recipe. Now, I'm so sorry. I'm making this for Buddy for this evening. It's a sweet treat. And I said you could use it for Valentine's. But really and truly, come to think about it, the color is Easter. It just screams Easter. So, this will give y'all a little bit of time if you want to try it, and you can juice it up. And I'll show you what I mean once I get it all put together. This is lemon bar cake. And the reason why I call it that is because the crust is made with a yellow cake mix. It's 3 ingredients. So you need to preheat your oven to 350. And you are going to help me cook my lunch too, because I'm about to starve to death. I got sweet potatoes, fries in the oven. I'm going to make some salmon croquettes. You can use tuna fish, or just join me as I cook my lunch, because some of y'all may be like, I ain't eating that. Well, that's fine. I'll eat it, and enough for you and your friends and your family. Because, guys, I eat fish 2 to 3 times a week, and it's usually my lunch. I'm real big on proteins and omega-3s. So it's just something that I enjoy. It's something my body needs. But today's recipe is about this sweet treat. And when I was dusting my pantry, I was like, I need to use this lemon pie filling, because I didn't use it at the holidays. So I'm going to drop the camera. I'm going to show you how fast this goes. Preheat your oven to 350. And we're going to get this sweet treat made. And then we'll talk about what you can do to really dress it up. In this bowl, I've got 1 box of just yellow cake mix. Any brand will do. And a stick of softened butter. Now, this is salted. But how to achieve the right consistency is pull your stick of butter out the night before. Now, leave it in the package. Don't take it out of the package. And just let it sit on the counter overnight. And it is going to mash into this cake mix so much better. Now, you can use a pastry fork, whatever. I'm just using a heavy dinner fork, because really all we're doing is getting it incorporated, because we're going to mash it into a 9x13 baking pan. And I would recommend lightly spraying your baking pan. I ended up taking my hands to really incorporate that butter. And now we're going to evenly spread it out into our baking dish. See those hunks of butter? They're going to melt and make the perfect crust for this. I'm going to give it a little shimmy shake, because I do want it even. Now, you can take the back of a measuring cup and really mash down, but I'm just going to use my hands. You just use whatever works for you to really get an even crust going. Looks even to me. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it into my preheated 350-degree oven for 5 minutes. What that's going to do, it's going to heat that butter, and it's really going to relax this cake mix, because you don't want it crumbly. You want it just like a crust. And years ago, I taught myself, you know what if we just try, because it was crumbly. By putting it in that oven for 5 minutes, it basically sets the foundation. And then all we do is add our delicious lemon pie filling. So, I'll wash my hands, 5 minutes in the oven, meet you right back here at the counter. This is one to try, guys. It sounds so simple that it may not be good, but it's so simple, it's decadent. It's been 5 minutes. I can already see the little pats of butter starting to melt. And then we're just gonna put our pie filling right in here and evenly spread it. I'm gonna get every drop. Okay, here we go. Now it's not hot, it's just warm. But it allows you to spread this a lot easier without that cake bottom crumbling on you. Now when it completely cools, I'm gonna sift some powdered sugar over the top. But you will serve this in squares. Well, if you were gonna do it for Easter, you could put you some little jelly beans, or you could toast you some coconut, color the coconut green like grass, set you a few little eggs in your grass, and it'd make a cute little Easter display. Take it to a party, to church. Now, if you want to really ramp up the lemon, you could use a lemon box cake mix. But I just used what I had. We're gonna bake it 20 to 25 minutes in the oven. You'll kind of see at the edge where that crust is getting a light brown, well, golden, not brown, light golden. And it's 20 to 25 minutes, and regardless of your oven, that's a good window. So, and that's what I have found. First time I've made it in this new stove, I'm still gonna pull it out at 25 minutes max. Y'all wanna help me cook some lunch? Now I already have my sweet potatoes in the oven. Normally I bake my sweet potato fries about 400, sometimes 425 if they're thick. But I went ahead and preheated the oven for our dessert this evening. So I'm just gonna let them bake on 350. They won't get as crisp, but I'm fine with that because I'm having sweet potatoes and salmon croquettes. Some of you call them salmon patties. So I'm gonna drop the camera because I've already got a lot of the mixture in here, but it'll be very easy to follow. Now I do have my cast iron heating on the stove, and I've got corn oil in here. All right, this is a can of pink salmon. I took the bones out, which is the ribs, and all of that gray skin. I have 1 beaten egg. I would say probably 2 tablespoons of green onions. I used my Cajun seasoning, swamp mix, and I used my voodoo dust with a little bit of salt. Very, very simple. Now, you do want to make sure that it's moist, so don't drain all the liquid out of your salmon because then it's gonna be too dry. Now, this is self-rising white lily cornmeal. I can normally tell by looking. Well, this is a kitchen spoon, so I would say maybe 3 tablespoons. And now we're gonna add some flour. 2. So we have 3 tablespoons, that'd be like 1/8 of a cup. There's 4, 1/4 of a cup. Almost 1/2 a cup of self-rising flour. And we're gonna get it well and combined and make our patties. I did crank my heat up on the stove. I wanna bring my oil up to about 350. Now you can make your patties, you can drop them into the oil, or you can just press them out with your hands. Just like that. I don't like mine too thick. perfect size. The oil is heated to 350. I'm sitting on about a number 4. May have to put it on here. There we go. And you see why I put this much oil in there? Because I want it to crisp up. Look at that beauty. 25 minutes. Now that it's out the oven, perfect timing. It's got to completely cool. I have my sweet potato fries. I fried my salmon croquettes. Every day we learn a lesson. Today I'm going to swear that I've learned this lesson from this day forward. Look, this is why you wear an apron. Thank goodness for Fell's Naphtha soap. But I didn't want to sit here and have to scrub a shirt. But I'm going to have to. Lesson learned, Lippy. Put your apron on and you won't have to run your clothes. Take my advice. Y'all know how many clothes I've had. Now, some I've gotten clean. Some it's like, no. As soon as I was pulling them out, my little spatula did like this and it said, boop. But here they are. Oh, the camera makes them look dark. They're not dark. They're crispy. And they're hot. Look at that. Listen. I'm telling you, it's the easiest and the best crunch. And because I'm using that self-rising, what was about 1/8 of a cup we guesstimated of self-rising cornmeal, and then not quite a 1/2 cup of self-rising flour, it puffs it and it cooks the inside. I better get a knife. I'm going to show you the inside, then I'm going to sit down and eat my lunch while this dessert completely cools because we got to put some powdered sugar on it. And I did turn my oven off. I'm going to cut one in half. Y'all listen. Oh, it's just so hot. I want y'all to see the inside. It's not doughy. It's perfectly cooked. I'll even do a little sample, and then I'm going to put ketchup on mine. I want ketchup today instead of tartar sauce. It'll never get old for me. Guys, put some more omega-3 in your diet. Trust me. Oh, this is out of this world. And there's plenty for Mr. Buddy's supper. I can heat him up and he's just going to have a salad on the side. So really, my supper's cooked now. And then I'll eat one probably between a bun with some tartar sauce. Now that is my jam there. 100%. Look how pretty. Here's our little sample piece. I'm gonna top my coffee off and I wanna share with y'all a little clip of what I was doing this morning. About 7:45. Freezing to death. I'm layered up. So enjoy watching a few seconds of what I was doing before 8 o'clock this morning while I topped my coffee off. And you want to talk about cold? It was cold. But I got all the staples put into the pieces we had laid in our garden. So now I don't have to worry about the storms coming in Saturday and lifting it up. But here you go. It cuts so nicely. And like I said, you could take each slice, sprinkle a little bit of colored coconut, a couple of little small jelly beans, something to dress it up for Easter. It would be phenomenal. I mean, guys, it's not heavily sweet. I can see why Bud loves this. I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but he loves lemon. And this is just so easy, and it really is a good dessert. So keep this written down because this is good for just spring. Great summer. This is a 3-ingredient dessert. I promise you, each and every one of you will enjoy. So I'm going to take my sweet treat, my cup of coffee, and Buddy and I will see y'all this weekend. I don't know what we're going to do Saturday in the storms, but we're going to be together because there's no telling what we're going to do. But it's going to be related to outside and gardening, provided Toto doesn't come. Now, if Toto decides to, want to, come through the airways, yeah, I don't know if y'all gonna see me. Might be holding on to a tree or something. Because it's looking pretty nasty, y'all, for us. And it's a little early in the season. So I'm like, okay, what is spring gonna bring us in the South? It don't look too good. But I'm going to pray for each and every one of you that's going to be in the path of this next round of storms come Saturday. All you guys that's in the deep freeze, the snow and the ice, just know we are praying for you too, because we all just want to have a beautiful spring. That's what we want, right? We got to bring those spring vibes in sooner than later. I'm about done with the cold, and I know you guys are too. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Write this one down, guys, because it is good.